It's not like you wash your bike anyway. Have you even washed this thing yet?
I've had it for 3 days. It came washed.
I would beg to differ. Do you see those rims? Boy.
You don't see those. I got saddlebags, remember? All right, so we're fixing to pull the mufflers off here. As I mentioned earlier, it's a 9/16 and a 1/2 inch. We're gonna double check that on the bike. We don't know for sure if that's the hardware, but we know the hardware for the new Thunderheader slip-ons is a 1/2 inch and a 9/16. So we just got some sockets and some wrenches. One other thing you should know, we're gonna use some anti-seize here. Throw it just kind of on the inside of the pipe. That way, if we want to remove the slip-ons later, it should be a little bit easier. As you know, exhaust heats up, it can get pretty hot, and it'll seize up on you, making the removal of these slip-ons a little bit more difficult. So notice on the this is a 2019 Street Glide, so 17 to 23, if I remember right. Uses the same exhaust, but you'll notice that there's one pipe that's got a larger diameter and another pipe that's a smaller diameter. The smaller diameter goes on the left side. The larger diameter goes on the right side. So it looks like it may actually be a different size on the stock pipe. And it is. So we'll need to get a different socket here before I go and wrench. Before I go check that though, I'm gonna check real quick. If these are the same, yeah, the hangers look like they're 1/2 inch as well. So it just looks like that one clamp, pipe clamp there.
We're getting the whole cut, dude. The whole cut.
Whole cut. Oh, you know what? This is a 15, man.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, but that means we can zip it out.
Need some Ugga Duggas?
Got some Ugga Duggas here.
Milwaukee made short work of that.
Milwaukee made short work of that. Or as we call it, Milwaukee. I don't even need to pull that nut all the way off. Yeah, that clamp's already loose, so you don't even need to pull the clamp all the way off or pull the nut all the way off. And then we'll just use a 1/2 inch socket here. I'm sure if you're doing this yourself at home, you already know, but I like to say it anyway. You know, pay attention to where your ratchet could hit. You don't want to scratch your bike as you're doing this. And those are super short. Wow, I was not expecting them to be that short, but those are some super short bolts. And then it should just be really grab and pull. Might have to work it a little bit. And we are just doing this on the side stand, so I am trying to make sure I don't knock the bike over. Luckily, I got my boy Gabe here to kind of hold the bike while I tug on it.
Try to rotate it too.
And he is trying to film too. And this, my friends, is why we talked about that anti-seize earlier. So it's clear it's not the clamp that's causing it. You know, got these mechanics gloves that I always put on about 30, 40 minutes too late.
So you want to know a trick?
I would love to know a trick.
So do you see that silver hanger?
Yeah.
You can slide that out. And I guess before I show you this trick, I should ask, do you want to keep these slip-ons?
No. No.
Okay. So take the bolt and put the bolt inside, or you can use a screwdriver and use that as leverage to rotate it. Might mess up the pipe.
Ah, I see what you're saying. Okay. I'm gonna take this, put a bolt in here. And actually, check this out. If I take this, put it this way. I don't know if I just thought of this or this was actually your idea.
No, that's not what I said, but that's a great workaround.
I'm using this as torque, maybe. Yep, to get some rotation. Not a whole lot to grip onto here, but we'll get it. We are moving. We can tell we've gone a little bit here. One Rob torque here.
One Rob torque?
Yeah.
I don't know if the viewers know what that is.
One eternity later.
Since I don't care about this exhaust, this slip-on here, I think I'm gonna try a BFH.
What's a BFH?
Try not to get demonetized here on YouTube, you know, so gotta keep it nice for the kitty. A big hammer. I'm getting some movement there, but not enough.
Could you also use some like WD-40?
That's probably a good idea. And at least it can cut all of this stupid stuff out.
Unless she finds it funny.
All right, guys, here it comes. And shabam! There we go. Now you saw I used this hanger as a kind of a way to grip it and get some torque on spinning it. Make sure you don't forget you're gonna need that for the new exhaust, the new muffler. And theoretically, it should just slip right on. Ha! Ha! Famous last words, right?
Right.
Take a little bit of anti-seize. You don't need a whole lot of this.
Do you want to use the paper towel to spread it?
I'm gonna use my finger here, just a little bit. Some Harley tech out there is watching this video. Don't listen to these idiots. Don't put anti-seize on there. Sorry guys, DIY in a garage, you know? We learn together. All right. Make sure we got a loose clamp here. I'm gonna loosen that up just a little bit more. I think it's probably good, but just to be safe. And now we switch back to a 9/16 here, or so I thought. So just making sure that the nut isn't putting any tension on the clamp here. And as you can see, it's fully loose. So we're just gonna try to slip it on. So with this Thunderheader slip-on here, gotta kind of watch this flange right here. It's kind of hitting the mount as I turn, so trying to make sure I don't scratch the bike as I go, but as you can hear, I'm hitting the snot out of it. Just be patient, keep working it. Be really nice if they did weld that nut in though, because that is certainly not easy access.
A few moments later.
If you guys got any tips or tricks for this, make sure to leave it in the comments. It's kind of interesting having your buddy sit here who's done this 100 times. And all he's doing is filming instead of saying, hey, I got a trick for that.
I do. It's called a pipe expander that I didn't bring. Harbor Freight sells them for like 20 bucks. Is this your first slip-ons install?
Yeah, 7.
Oh. Got it. So you deserve the struggle.
Right. Because I'm just sitting here sweating. It's 100 degrees out here. And we're in a garage.
I don't think you put enough anti-seize on there. I feel like that's what the comments are gonna. Oh, jeez.
That wasn't good. That's what the comments are gonna say. You didn't put enough anti-seize. Oh, sorry, we're not supposed to say it. By the way, we're trying to do this with the heat shield's installed. Looks like it might be a little bit easier if you take the heat shields off, but I'm not really hitting the heat shields or really getting impacted by them, so seems like you should be able to do this job without taking the heat shields off. All right, we put a little more anti-seize on here. Let's see if it goes any smoother. So far, doesn't look like it. I'm about to BFH this, bro. You got any tricks?
I would say more WD-40, but that's gonna rub off the anti-seize.
I mean, it's on there, huh?
Do you have a Do you have a rubber mallet, maybe?
I do have a rubber mallet, yeah. Now we have a problem of getting this thing aligned. I'm afraid to bend this bracket or break this screw.
Those are just straight holes, right? You can get 2 screwdrivers.
And
one in each hole. Rotate over. You put, yeah.
I'll know it's there.
It's not like you wash your bike anyway. Have you even washed this thing yet?
I've had it for 3 days. It came washed.
I would beg to differ. Do you see those rims? Boy.
You don't see those. I got saddlebags, remember? How's that any different than seeing the exhaust? See how that's going to do anything.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, not what I was thinking, but that works too.
Seems to be working for the most part. Yeah.
I was thinking of using the holes, but that's pretty good.
Pretty there, huh?
Yeah.
That might work. Okay, so we didn't say it earlier in the, tools needed. BFH didn't really do anything. I mean, that's not a BFH. I would just call it an H. But a couple of screwdrivers, we just use those to rotate. Seem to work all right. I mean, not the greatest way to handle it, but it's not too bad. All right, so we're just gonna insert this exhaust hanger back in. We think, maybe.
Trick with this one, a little bit of silicone if it doesn't want to go in. The silicone is good for rubber.
Yeah, that makes sense. A little silicone lubricant. But looks like that one went in without any issues. And y'all saw I've been using these mechanics gloves that got oil and transmission fluid and who knows what else on them. As you can see, I've got some fluid all over these pipes, and as I've been touching it, and like I said, it's 100 degrees. I'm sweating. Before you start your bike, make sure you see now, you'll see it for the rest of your life. And this nut is not at all hard to get on here.
Get the wrench that you want, put the nut inside the wrench upside down, and use the wrench to hold it upside down.
Yeah, that would have been a great idea about 3 minutes ago.
Well, I didn't know you were struggling this bad.
I mean, I wouldn't say I was struggling, but...
I almost sound like a great mechanic.
A great mechanic. You're right. I am a great mechanic.
What's the torque spec on that, bud?
Oh, just put a little on it and you'll be all right.
Do you use Loctite on those?
You should use Loctite on every nut and bolt on a Harley. As you can see, I did not. But that's my problem, not yours. So I just tightened these exhaust hangers up real quick, just so you're aware. There is some play in the exhaust hanger here, so you might need to keep them a little bit loose so that you can check the alignment. And my dad has the same bike, and he's had some luck with positioning the pipe within the saddlebag cutout. So if you need to do that, you can just loosen these up and make the adjustment there. All right, we're gonna get this clamp tightened up. I like to make sure that I'm not seeing the clamp from underneath the bike, so there is some room under here. You can spin the clamp behind the back, the pipe, and it is a 15 mil again. I don't know where I got the 9/16 from, but we're just gonna use a little bit of ugga-dugga here. And I'm sure there's some torque spec that Gabe's freaking out that I didn't use just now, but you know, that's a risk I'm willing to take.
I mean, I wasn't really worried about the torque spec, but that large of an impact I was worried about. I think it's like 44 pounds.
Well, lucky for you, I'm just using the ugga-dugga to get the nut snugged up. And then I'll use my grip strength to tighten it up. All right. Hopefully we don't have any exhaust leaks. And there you go. That's the right side slip-on. We're gonna do the left. It's pretty much the same. We're not gonna show that part. Here in a little bit, we'll fire the bike up and see what it sounds like. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, guys, so we got both slip-ons on. I'll tell you, the left side was way easier than the right side to get on. Also, just so you know, I think I mentioned it earlier, but you can do some adjustment with the hangers. We also found that you could do some adjustment even on the hanger side. We left the hanger tight, but we rotated the pipe as we tightened this clamp, and that kind of brought everything in toward the bike. I mentioned earlier, make sure you clean your pipes, because when you start it up and get all that heat on there, whatever fingerprints or grease or whatever you have on there, it's going to be on that pipe forever. So make sure you clean it up. I'm just using some alcohol-based glass cleaner. I would love to tell you what video I saw that on, but I got that from a video myself. So shout out to whoever posted that I don't remember, because I watch too much YouTube. We'll fire it up here in just a minute and let you hear it. All right, so pipes are installed, and first fire with reaction, I guess, because I haven't heard it yet. Let's see what happens. Again, this is just the Thunderheader slip-on. This is the stock Harley head pipe.